Hi guys, so today I am reviewing Night Swim, and I just saw this movie like an hour ago. And when I first, it's the newest Blumhouse movie, and when I first saw the trailer to this movie, I was actually immediately hooked. I was like, oh, that could be really cool. It is a bit of a silly premise, but I thought that if they executed it the right way, it could really be a kick-ass movie. And then it came out, and I saw so many people were shitting all over it. And if you know me, I like to, like movies that other people hate. And, maybe be like, hey, it's actually pretty good. So I went into this movie with that mindset, being like, okay, maybe this is going to be one of those movies that people are shitting on that I end up liking. So I went into it tonight, and I thought it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't. It's not something that I know if I would know if I'm gonna watch again or not. But it was okay at best. I thought the cinematography was actually really good, especially like the underwater shots. That was like probably one of the most well done part of the movie. Is the cinematography was actually pretty fire here. And a lot of people said the acting is terrible, and I thought the actors did a decent job with the script that they had to work with. Because yes, the script in this movie is a mess, as what other people are saying. I agree. But it seems like the actors were at least putting in effort and trying to do their best, and I respect them for that. And, there's some cool things that happen near the end, there's the look of the entity. It looks cool. It's cool looking. But my main issue with the film is just the directions it goes into. So you start off with a pretty sweet opening that is actually almost the exact same thing as the short film that this is based off of. It's literally like, it is different, but like the whole thing that you're watching is almost exactly the same to what the short film is, except in the short film, it's an older woman, and here it's a little girl. And then there's a couple of shots in the beginning, and that's really, the opening scene is pretty much just a short film with a different character, and with like a minute of added stuff in the beginning. And then you get to the main storyline where things really slow down, and I thought it dragged its ass. I was like, come on, can we pick up the pace here? I'm kind of losing. And then it does pick up the pace, and it does start to get a little bit more entertaining, but the caveat is the directions that they took in this movie were so odd that they do actually kind of tease quite a lot of them in the trailer. And I'm not going to give it away, obviously, but they do kind of like tease it a little bit in the trailer. And but you don't know for certain what it is when you watch the trailer, so it's not one of those movies where the trailer gives away the whole story and the whole twist. No. The trailer just like teases it. It doesn't really give it away, so you don't know for sure after you watch the trailer, but the directions it goes is so odd. I wasn't really 100% on board with it. I was like, what the hell is this? It didn't come off as like what I was expecting from this movie, and it's not really something that, I wanted to see from this movie. It just came across as awkward. But really, in the end, Night Swim, it's a okay horror film. It has beautiful cinematography, and it has some decent acting despite having a messy ass script. It does have some pretty decent acting for the terrible script it has. The acting is pretty good. And there's some cool moments near the end. The effects look pretty deep. The effects look good for sure. And there's some cool stuff here and there, but I don't know, it just really drags on, and it did kind of start to test my patience a little bit. And uh, when things started picking up again, I just wanted more than what I got. Um, I wouldn't really know if I would recommend this movie to a lot of people. Maybe I'll watch it again when it comes out to streaming, and maybe I will either like it more or I will dislike it more. But as it stands right now, it's a okay horror film that you could maybe watch with a group of people and maybe have a little bit of fun here and there, just like laugh here and there. It does definitely work for that kind of film, but it's not one that I'd say you need to rush out to the theater to go pay to see. Obviously, the only reason why you should see this in theaters is if you're a big horror buff and you need to see all the new releases in theaters. But as the movie stands, it's an okay horror film. It's just not something that I would recommend paying full ticket price to see in theaters, and probably just watch it when it comes out to streaming. So yeah, that is my review of Night Swim. Let me know what you think of the film in the comments if you've seen it, and subscribe to me if you want to see more horror and thriller reviews.